Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Stylist Meets Vinyl. My name is Chris. Guys, I've got some vinyl finds for you today. Some actual little surprises in this batch. I've accumulated about 12 albums over the last, I don't know, couple of months. And I want to share them with you. So make sure you stick around to the end because there is, as I said, like kind of an interesting surprise that happened that I found. So I've got my big bag of records here. Let's open them up and see what's inside. Okay, so the first record, this one was a gift. This was given to me by a friend. You know, it's always good to make connections in the vinyl community because good things happen, you know. This is Santana 1, the debut album from 1969. My friend Terry, who I've mentioned on this channel before, we met, and last year we met, and I bought a handful of records off of him, and I continue to buy records off of him. Great dude, and I went over to his place, and he showed me his record room, and he showed me some of his records, and we had a good chat. We listened to some records, and there was a record show happening that he was selling at. I couldn't make it, and this was one of the records he was selling. I didn't have it, and he gave it to me for free. So Terry, thank you so much. This is got some nice tracks on here. Evil Ways, I think, was the big one off of here. But now I have the first 4 Santana albums, and actually, there's number 4 right there. Yeah, so I was happy to get that. Next, so these next 3 I got at a thrift store. I bought these for 25 cents each, and they were all blind buys. I wasn't sure, you know, the jury's still out on some of them, I think. So, okay, the first one we've got is The Shadows. This is String of Hits. So The Shadows I wasn't really familiar with, like, almost at all. But I saw an article or a list, and it was David Gilmour from Pink Floyd, and he was listing his favorite guitarists. And he listed Hank Marvin as one of his favorite guitarists. And Hank Marvin here is the guitarist for The Shadows. Shadows, a British group. This is a UK from 1979. They're actually one of the best-selling artists. Like, I think they're like number 4 best-selling artists ever in the UK. But this is on a really cool kind of personalized label there. And this is all instrumental. There's some, you know, a lot of covers on this. I'm not sure. I haven't given it too much of a listen yet, just a little bit here and there. So we'll see. But it was nice to find for 25 cents, right? Okay, the next one. This is Norman Blake and Red Rector. This is a straight up like bluegrass folk album. Again, I bought this for 25 cents, decided to take a chance on it. It's in really good condition. I looked it up on Discogs while I was in the store, and it's like 14 or 15 bucks median on Discogs. So, like, you know, not crazy expensive, but for 25 cents, I thought I'd give it a try. This is on the County label. Pretty interesting there. I'm not, you know, the biggest bluegrass fan. I do enjoy it, but we'll see how much of a spin this gets. I was thinking about it. It's like, what was on NTX Vinyl, G.I. Sanders, I saw him where he mentioned something about how somebody commented on his video and was saying that when we get records, is just, we're not owning them, we're just like renting them for a little while, you know? Like, I have records in my collection that were in someone else's collection before that, and, you know, if for 25 cents I rent this record for a little while, test it out, listen to it, and then in a year or 2 or whenever I give it away to someone, or maybe I sell it or something, you know, that was well worth my time. 25 cents, well worth my money. So we'll see how that one does. And then this last one, also for 25 cents. This is Guitar Workshop Volume 2. So I don't know any of these guys on here. Isaac Guillory, Bernie Holland, Bob Foster, Pete Banks, Adrian Legg, Pete Wilshire. I'm not that familiar with them, and I thought I would take a chance on this one for 25 cents. This is on the Transatlantic label. So you get that, Transatlantic. Also in really good condition, which helped to tip the scale on whether I wanted to buy this or not. This is a entirely instrumental album. It kind of, I think this is the winner out of the three here. It's starts off kind of slow and classical, like classical guitaring, and then at the end is like a bit heavier and they're kind of shredding a little bit, which I kind of liked. So this was interesting addition to the collection. The next ones here are Value Village finds, and actually kind of surprising because like I never have any good finds at Value Village. The one here in my town is very picked over, and so I got there at a good time, and I found these records there. They were like a decent price, not a spectacular price, but still compared to the record store, they were a good deal. And actually, when I was checking out, the cashier lady, she was like, oh, like everyone's buying records today. And she's like, someone was in here earlier and he had a huge stack, and it was like all rock and roll, Thin Lizzy, and she's naming all these, and I'm thinking like, oh shoot, like I missed out on the first look at the stack, you know? So it was already picked over. But anyways, I was happy with what I got. So first we've got the Guess Who. This is the greatest of the Guess Who. Guess Who are one of Canada's greatest exports. This is just the greatest hits. I think you gotta have some Guess Who in your collection, and this has got like These Eyes, Laughing, Undone, No Time, American Woman, Hand Me Down World, Clap for the Wolfman, one of my favorites, and a few others, Albert Flasher as well. So this was a nice find. Then we've got the best of Joe Walsh. Joe Walsh was in the Eagles. He was a solo artist. He was in James Gang. I have one James Gang album, and I really enjoy that one, James Gang Rides Again. And I don't have any other like Joe Walsh solo, so I thought I would check this out. It's got like all the usual suspects on here, like Funk Number 49 and what's the other one? Rocky Mountain Way, but some other good ones on here from some of his solo albums that I was less familiar with. So this was a nice find. All these are in really nice condition too. You can tell whoever had them took good care of their records. Okay, next we've got George Thorogood and the Destroyers. This is Maverick. I think this is from 1985. I'm not really that familiar with this album. I know this has got I Drink Alone on it, and that's the only one that I really know. I haven't listened to it yet. It's not like a super well known of his, and I don't think it's like super highly rated, but it was a decent price. I enjoy George Thorogood. I think he's just fun, good, like what do they call it, modern electric blues. So this was a nice find. And then I also saw Billy Squier, Emotions in Motion. I like Billy Squier. I have his so this is 1982, Emotions in Motion. I have his 1981, which is Don't Say No. And it's got The Stroke on it, which is my favorite of his. This one has got like the title track, Emotions in Motion, Everybody Wants You. Yeah, this is a nice one. It was a good price, also good condition. So happy to add this one to the collection. Next, I found these next three at a thrift store. I went to go visit a friend, and actually the first one here. So my friend gave me this after I got engaged. He as an engagement present, he gave me this. This is Electric Light Orchestra on the Third Day. This is their third album. I have a bunch of ELO, and this was a gap in my collection. And actually, like, surprisingly, was hard to find. I found one a couple of years ago, and it was in like scratched up and really bad condition, so I did not purchase it, and I've just been waiting for a better copy to come around. This one is got some ring wear and the cover's not great, but the album itself is in pretty good condition. This has got Showdown on it, I think was the big single off of here. Ma 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 Belle is a nice one as well. And then I actually haven't spun this yet, so there might be some other gems on here as well. So that was a nice little gap filler. Next, we've got, this is from the thrift store there. I bought this for $5, no tax. This is Jeff Beck, Tim Bogert, and Carmine Appice. A lot of people would say Appice, but it's Appice. His brother is what's his brother's name? Vinny Appice, who was a drummer for Sabbath for a little while after Ward left, I think his name was. And so this is like a super group. Tim Bogert and Carmine Appice were in Vanilla Fudge together. Jeff Beck had his solo thing. He was in the Yardbirds, Jeff Beck group. So this is 1972 when the Jeff Beck group, I think, was on a hiatus or they had broken up, and they did just a one and done album. This one's pretty good. I don't know. I don't think it's like super highly rated or acclaimed by Jeff Beck. It does have a bit of water damage on it, but I don't care that much. The record's in good condition. This has got a nice cover of Superstition by Stevie Wonder, and there's a cool like Black Cat Moan on here. Just a nice blues rock album, so happy to add that one in. And then this next one I took a chance on. It was a blind buy completely. The same store. I bought it for $5 just blindly, and I just thought it looked really cool. I saw this and I was like, what the heck is this? So these plasticine men and this woman here, and so this is Vinegar Joe. They were a blues, country, folk rock outfit from, I don't know, I guess these guys are British, I think. So I didn't, like I said, I just saw it and I'm like, okay, I gotta check this out and see what it's all about. There's, I think this is like chips or French fries, depending like on the back, I think. And then as I was looking at it, I saw that, okay, Robert Palmer. So this is Robert Palmer, where he got started, and then also Elkie Brooks, who I didn't know, but apparently she had a decent little solo career after this. This album is interesting. It was not quite what I was expecting. Like, I was expecting kind of maybe harder blues. I don't know why, but it's like, I don't know, it's interesting. The first spin I had of it, I was kind of like, oh, I'm not really sure. I spun it again, I liked it better, and so this will be an interesting one. Who knows, maybe it'll really grow on me, but it was really cool to add. I just thought, I'm like, I saw this, I just had to buy it. Okay, and then, so I went to my record store, local shop, and I just had some time to kill, and you know, as always, you go in, you're like, I'm not gonna buy anything, I'm just gonna browse. So I'm browsing and I go to the A, I'm at B, oh, and I see Beatles, Let It Be Naked, which came out in 2003. It was Paul McCartney. He like re-envisioned the album because he wasn't that satisfied with Phil Spector's production on the original Let It Be. And it wasn't cheap, and it would have been like the most expensive record that I've ever purchased. But the thing is, like, I have mostly all the Beatles albums. Let It Be for me is like, it's down on the, you know, it's not high on the list. I don't love it. I barely ever spin it. But I'd heard good things about Let It Be Naked, and actually Rob at Northern Revolutions just gave a review of some like later more modern Beatles albums, and so I had watched that, and I was like, oh, I really want Let It Be Naked. I saw it. You never see it in the wild, and so, but it was expensive, and so I'm like, I don't know if I should pull the trigger. But it was also like, it was priced less than what it sells for, like what it's actually worth. It was in mint condition. It had the booklet. It had the 45 fly on the wall with it. And I'm really deciding, I'm like, okay, I'm going to sleep on it. I'm going to go home. So I go home, talking to my fiance about it, and I explained to her the significance of the album, and I was like, I don't know, I feel kind of like maybe I just treat myself and just get this. And she's kind of like, yeah, you should. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go back tomorrow and I'm going to get it. So I go back the next day after work. They're about to close. And I don't see it in the bins. Where is it? So I say to the guy at the desk, the owner, I say, did you guys sell Let It Be Naked? He's like, yeah, I sold it this morning. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Like, I waited one day and it's gone. And I couldn't believe it. So I was really bummed out because I was just dedicated to purchasing it. Then that day, if you guys have seen my vinyl my channel update, I talk about how I have an eye injury, and that day that night playing baseball, I got injured. I'm in the hospital, in the ER, like I have no like I can't see out of my eye. I'm depressed, I'm sad. My fiance is there with me. She comes to the hospital, and you know, it's like almost 1 in the morning, and I'm just like, you know, I'm just wanting to go home. I'm super down. And she tells me, well, you know how someone had bought that Let It Be album? It was me. And so she had purchased Let It Be Naked. Like I was blown away. I was floored. I could not believe it. I was so surprised. Not like a special occasion. There's no gift. It was just like, here's this really expensive album that I know you wanted. She bought it for me. I was so pleased. Here's the booklet that it came with, and the 45 is inside. I've listened to it, and you know what? It's so much better than the regular Let It Be. The track listing, they rearranged the track listing. They added Don't Let Me Down onto this one, which, like, how do you not have that on the original one anyways? But oh, I was just, I couldn't believe it. I was so beside myself. So big thank you to my fiance for surprising me with that. And that's it for my vinyl finds. It was a couple of nice surprises in there. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you liked the video, support the channel, and consider subscribing. And whatever you do, make sure you come right back here where Stylus meets vinyl. Thanks. See ya.